Good afternoon. My name is Idowu Agumiade, and I'm going to be taking you on account to account transfer. And under this topic, we are going to be looking at the introduction of account to account transfer, which you can find on page 3. We're also going to be looking at the advantages of account to account transfer, which is going to be on page 4. We're also going to look at the types of transfer, and also we consider the accounting entries that are involved when account to account transfer is performed. And we're also going to be looking at the charges that are involved to when transfers are being done from one account to another account. Sorry for that. So, account to account transfer is a movement of cash from one account to another account, and we are going to be talking about two major types of account transfer under this place. Now, when you're talking about account to account transfer, we know that it can either be done within a bank or it can also be done outside bank. Maybe let's take GTB for example. An account to account transfer can be done within from a GTB account holder to another GTB account holder, and it can also be transferred out of GTB, maybe from GTB to maybe Oceanic, maybe bank PHB or any other bank outside GTB. So we'll be looking at the electronic, and we'll also be looking at the manual transfer. But before we look at those aspects, let's also look at the advantages of using account to account transfer. So one of the advantages of account to account transfer is that it saves the customer the inconvenience of carrying physical cash. So instead of on assumption that maybe I want to transfer like $1 million, instead of carrying 1 million from one location to another location to make a deposit into the person's account, I can just move the money from my own personal account to the other person's account. So it saves me the inconvenience of carrying cash around. It also saves me the inconvenience of being robbed by armed robbers, because when people see that you're carrying a lot of cash, there is probability that they will follow you and they will also harass you. So it also save you from embarrassment, probably police embarrassment. Police can see you with a lot of money. They will start investigating, asking you questions. Where do you get this money from? How do you get this money? So in order to save ourselves of all those inconveniences, the best way to do is just to do account to account transfer. So we also say it makes cash deposit very easy. So instead of you going to a banking or queuing behind thousands of people that just want to make deposits of 5,000, 1,000, 2,000, you can easily do account to account transfer. So it saves you that stress of being on the queue. So we're also looking at customer does not have to carry customer does not have to be physically present at the bank, as it can be done through instruction. So you can just pick up your phone, place a call across your account officer, and just give him an instruction to move a certain amount from your own account to another person's account. So yeah, it comes with some charges, but it's very convenient and easy for you instead of wasting a lot of your time. So we also say that it saves time, and meaning that it saves time means that a lot of time that you have wasted at the banking or before you take your deposit slip, before you get pen to fill it, before the teller also collect the money from you, before they count the money. So these are a lot of process. So because of this account to account transfer, a lot of processes are shortened instead of having to follow through long process. So it saves a lot of time for you, and you can also invest that time saved into another thing. Looking at the type of account to account transfer that we have. So first one, we are going to be looking at the electronic fund transfer. And we are saying that electronic fund transfer is the electronic way of moving money either within a single financial institution or across multiple institutions through computer or mobile based system without the direct intervention of bank staff. So meaning that for fund transfer, we can move money within a bank, and we can also move money outside a particular bank. So this is account to account transfer, and under this we are going to be looking at 3 types. We are going to be doing electronic fund transfer through ATM. We are also going to be looking at when I'm using my mobile app, and we are also going to be looking at internet banking. So we are saying number 1 is that through ATM, this is the transfer of funds from one account to another account through the use of automated teller machine. So if I want to transfer money to someone outside my bank, all I need to do is take my debit card, take it to the ATM machine, slot it into the ATM machine, give it press in my password, Then it takes me up to ask me some few questions. Then I click on quick teller. After I click on quick teller, it asks me, am I doing an intra or an inter transfer? Then I click on the one I want to do. Then I choose the bank I'm transferring to. So through that process, I also enter the person I'm transferring to. I enter his account number. I put the amount number I'm about to transfer. So the system bring out those information has also given it and the amount. And when I click on next, it asks me, it's going to tell me, instruct me that there's going to be a charges of, most times it's 100 naira on this account. So when I click on finish, then the transfer goes and the person receives his own money. My own account is also debited. So as at that point my account is debited, the person who I'm transferring also is also credited, and the charges also is debited to my account, and the bank also gets that as additional income for them. So we say it's required the details of the receiver, e.g. account number, the bank amount to be transferred, and a charge is also inclusive. So we also look at through mobile app. Now we are saying this is the transfer of funds from one account to another account by either logging into the mobile app on your phone or dialing a code to perform such transaction. So for the mobile app, what you need to do is you log into the mobile app on your phone and you just do a transfer to anybody you want to do. Also for the dialing of code, there's a USSD code. GTB GTB use this, so you can just dial that code and then you put the amount you want to transfer. You state maybe it's a GTB bank holder or outside GTB, then you just send, and when you send that, then the person receives the money. But whenever you are doing this, it has to be with the phone number in which you register with the bank, unless the transaction is not going to fly. So under through mobile application, we are saying that you can use the mobile app, you can also use the USSD way to transfer money. So we also look at internet banking. So for internet bank, we say it's a system which utilizes technology to make life easier for the customer. When the customer opens an account with the bank, he is provided with the login ID and password. So he has to log in with his credential before he can perform transfer. So when the account is open, he has his credentials. So all he needs to do is to log on to the website of his bank and go to the site where you can do the transfer, enter his own code, and the transfer is going to be initiated from that point. So that's another means in which we can transfer from one account to the other account. So now let's look at the manual way of also transferring from one place to the other. So the manual way of transferring money is just like filling of papers. When you go to a bank and you want to transfer maybe from one account to another account, all you need is that they will give you a paper and you fill or follow all the instructions. There are questions that are going to be asked. You give the answers to those questions. So once you give that, then you sign. Appending your signature, now you return it back. So that one serves as an instruction to be carried out by your bank on your behalf to move a particular amount from your account to other account. Most times this does not attract a COT on your account. Most times, if it's going to be within your own account, maybe you have a current account and you have a savings account and you want to move money within both of them, most times this does not attract COT. But if you are moving money outside your own account, then definitely there is COT that is attached to this transaction. We are going to be looking at the accounting entries involved when account the transfer from one account to another, and we are taking this example. Benjamin Adekunle transferred the sum of 2.5 million to CRM India Limited with 500 naira bank charges. So we are going to look at it from two perspectives. We are going to look at it from the perspective of the person, from the book of the person who is sending the money, and we're also going to be looking at it from the perspective of the person who is receiving the money. So now first thing we are going to look at is from the account of the person who is sending the money. So when Benjamin Adekunle is the one transferring the money to CRM, Benjamin Adekunle account will be debited with the sum in which is transferring, which is 2.5 million, and the CRM Nigeria Limited will be receiving the amount. That is why the account is credited, meaning that money has come into the account. So Benjamin Adekunle is going to be the one who is going to bear the 500 naira charges because he's the one transferring. So the same is going to debit Benjamin Adekunle with additional 500 naira and credit the bank fee income with 500 naira. That's how the entry is going to be. So let's look at it from the perspective of the receiver. Now the receiver is CRM Nigeria Limited, so their own account is also, so this is the accounting entries. So we are going to be looking at it from two perspectives, from the account of the sender, and also we are going to be looking at it from the account of the person who is receiving the sum. So we are looking at it that Benjamin Adekunle transferred the sum of 2.5 million naira to CRM Nigeria Limited with 500 naira bank charges. So firstly, we are going to consider the account of the from the account of the sender. So we're saying the books of the sender. The sender now is Benjamin Adekunle and the receiver is CRM Nigeria Limited. So once this transfer is initiated, the Benjamin Adekunle account is going to be debited with the sum of 2.5 million, meaning that his balance will reduce by the sum of 2.5 million naira, and the person who is transferring the money to the beneficiary, which is CRM Nigeria Limited, his account will increase by the sum of 2.5 million naira. Now on this transfer, there is a charges that is attached to it. Benjamin Adekunle, being the person initiating it, will be the person to bear that charges. So the charges now is 500 naira. So Benjamin Adekunle account will be additionally debited with the sum of 500 naira, which is the charges and also the fee income of the bank in which is transferring money will be the beneficiary of that 500 naira. There will be the one beneficiary from that 500 naira. So let's also look at it from the books of the receiver. Now CRM Nigeria Limited are the one receiving the account, so the account is going to be credited and Benjamin Adekunle account is going to be debited. Now if you see in the first books of Benjamin Adekunle, we included 500 naira bank charges, but in the books of the receiver we didn't include the 500 naira charges. Why? Because the receiver is not the person who is going to bear, the person who send the money that will bear the charges. So thank you very much. We've come to the end of this class, account to account transfer. So if you have any other question, you can get across to me. My name still remains Idowu Agunbiade of Client Relationship Unit. Thank you very much.